Hey everyone, and welcome back to our continuing coverage here at Computex 2014. We're at the Enermax booth now, and I have some new power supplies to share with you guys, as well as some new fans. So we're going to start off right here behind me, because there's a couple new products. I'm going to say 3 new products. First off, we have the Digi Fanless power supply. This is a 550 watt, completely fanless and silent power supply, which means it's going to generate no noise, thankfully enough. The other great thing about it is that it's completely digital, hence the name Digi Fanless. Very straightforward. Thanks, Enermax, for making such a great name for the products. But on the left, you'll notice there's also some software involved. So we have the Digi Fanless power supply software, which means you can do cool things like switching it between multiple rail and single rail support. You can also even actively change some of the voltage settings if you're into that sort of thing. You can even see what amount of power it's currently outputting and the efficiency level that it is currently generating. This is an 80 plus platinum power supply, which means it's going to be ultra efficient and save you money on your power bill. Continuing, oh, and I should also mention that that is going to be released in August. We also have the Digi Silence power supply over here. This is a 1500 watt version here. They're going to be coming out with a 1050 watt version in Q4. This one does have a fan, but it is a very silent fan, and it is, of course, digital as well, so it's going to be compatible with that software that you saw over there. 80 plus platinum rated. And again, available in Q4 in the 1050 watt variety. Now the Enermax series, you guys are probably somewhat familiar with. 80 plus platinum rated and very, very highly regarded power supplies for both the internal build quality as well as the features, fully modular design, available in a bunch of different wattages, 1500 watt all the way down to 500 watt. But the cool thing here that I wanted to point out is Enermax has gone ahead and given us some individually sleeved cables. Now, you guys might know that I run a Enermax 1200 watt power supply myself, and I'm considering re-sleeving the cables because they tend to be kind of bright and they don't match quite as well. So in Q4, Enermax is going to release an updated revision of these power supplies that are all going to include these very nicely individually sleeved cables, all black, no gaudy colors. So if you're into a nice aesthetic system build, definitely check out these power supplies with the new cables come Q4. Next up, we have a live demonstration of a new Enermax fan. This is the Twister Storm. Not only is it optimized for airflow, goes up to 3,500 RPM, but they have a really cool demonstration going on here. So this is the Twister Storm fan right here running at 3,000 RPM next to a competing fan also running at 3,000 RPM, and we'll show you the end of this in just a moment. But you'll notice they have a nice narrow hub, which is going to increase the airflow, and just the amount of power this is giving out, as well as, I'm not going to say it's completely silent at 3,000 RPMs, but you can always lower that. But the amount of power that this is generating, the amount of air it's moving all the way down here to the end of the chamber, and they have some little pinwheels going on over here. And you'll notice, yes, visually you can see this pinwheel spinning much, much faster than the pinwheel from the competitor, which is really just barely moving. And the other really nice thing about this is I can just go right here and I can get a really nice breeze. Kind of cool off, you know, it gets hot in Taiwan. Now that Twister Storm fan we just showed you does have, again, RPM speed up to 3,500, also airflow CFM of 154.53 at 3,500 RPM. And if you crank it down to 1,500, if you want a bit more sound optimized experience, still pushes 72.46 CFM. Very, very impressive. Now I know you guys just aren't only interested in airflow fans though. If you guys are running liquid cooling, all-in-one coolers, or custom cooling, you're probably interested in static pressure fans as well. So Enermax is coming out with a new one of those as well, the Twister Pressure Fan. That's located right here down below me. And you can see speeds of up to 1,800 RPM. There's a few different settings you can set it on as far as the airflow and the static pressure. But static pressure with the high pressure version, 3.8 millimeters of H2O. That's really, really good static pressure. So if you guys are looking for a new fan for your radiator, definitely check out the Twister Pressure Fan. So now we're going to finish with a little bit of a blingy light show over here. You guys are probably familiar with some of the Enermax TB Vegas fans. They have just any variety of LEDs that you could possibly want, but they've set those up a little bit better. They've actually provided a space or some gaps here among the chassis or around the hub of the fan itself. So when you set that up, you can actually see the LEDs a little bit more. If you're putting LEDs in your case, you probably want to be able to see them. So that's pretty cool. They're also coming out with some larger versions of those. So if you like large fans, which I tend to like because they can move a lot of air, they don't have to spin very fast, we've also got 200, actually 180 millimeter, 200 millimeter, as well as 230 millimeter versions. So these are the 180 and 200 millimeter versions up here, available with all of the different LED combinations that you could possibly want. And if you like a light show going on in your case, check out these fans from Enermax. That's going to wrap it up for this video, though. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more coverage from Computex 2014, and we'll see you all very soon.